Congratulations, you got your braces on. Time for some PFOing so you know where you're going. All right, welcome to the club. Congrats on getting your braces on. You may have siblings who are in braces or were in braces, and now it's your turn. Whether you have lots of experience in the family with braces or this is your first experience with braces, I am here. This video is for you to help give you some insights into a few important areas to help make treatment successful. So hopefully you like this video, hopefully it's helpful, and hopefully you have a great experience getting that beautiful smile, that wonderful smile, and that beautiful bite. I'm Dr. Ryan in McKinney Texas. Come find us if you want to be a part of our club. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy this video and hopefully it helps you, like I said, with your orthodontic journey. So let's go. You got your braces on. Here is the talk. Not the talk that you get from your mom and dad, the talk that you get from your orthodontist about important things. So here are some important things that you need to know about helping treatment be successful. Number one, keep the bracket breakages to a minimum. This will help the treatment progress as smoothly as possible. Breaking brackets can slow down treatment and potentially cost more money. So don't break brackets and keep your teeth really clean. Those are probably two of the most important things that you need to know at the very beginning of your braces journey. Don't break it, keep them clean. Also, keep your appointments. If you miss your appointments, treatment will take longer. Be sure to follow the orthodontist, in your case, me, the instructions as it relates to taking care of your teeth, not breaking brackets, wearing rubber bands, things like that. Visit your dentist. Just because you're coming to see me doesn't mean that you should stop seeing your dentist. In fact, you might want to see your dentist at somewhere between around 3 months instead of just every 6 months, because with brackets, it gets harder to keep your teeth clean. Those are some major components that you need to be aware of to help your treatment be successful. Now, people always want to know, well, what should I watch out for eating and drinking? Drinking, watch out for the very acidic foods, high sugar content, sodas, that's a big one. There are other drinks like that that you can be aware of to avoid, or at least rinse out a lot with water. You don't want to get cavities. Okay, things that you should avoid eating, or just, you know what, I'm sure there's lots of people especially if you have braces before and you're like, I remember when I was in braces and pretty much ate everything you wanted to. And that's good for you. But if you don't watch out for hard, crunchy, chewy, sticky foods, you may increase your risk for breakages. And then, like I said, you've now violated one of those initial steps and your treatment might take longer. It might cost more. So here are some ideas, things you can avoid to reduce your risk for breakages. Things like nuts, sticky candy, caramel, it's kind of like candy, ice, tortilla chips, popcorn, people love popcorn, Takis, hard shell tacos, hard bread, steak, just chewy things, small pieces, cut it up in small pieces. Apples, raw carrots, watch out for corn on the cob or meat on the bone. And then of course, don't stick like pens and pencils or fingernails in your mouth while you've got brackets on, because like I said, all these things have the potential to increase your risk for bracket breakages. There you go. So we'll just show you with some of these really cool pictures here. You can zoom in. Well, how do we keep our teeth clean? Remember, that was one of the major things that you need to be aware of. Well, you can check out our other videos. There's a gal that does like an hour's worth of cleaning. That's pretty serious. You don't necessarily have to do an hour, but you need to make sure your teeth are clean. So check out that video. Also, you can check out this cool little miniature poster. Brushing is numero uno as far as keeping your teeth clean. You need to make sure you get like a soft toothbrush. I think that's great. And you need to get the white part, those bristles, you need to get them on top of the brackets and underneath the brackets, as you can see in those images. And then you still have to brush the tops of your teeth, the actual teeth themselves. It's very challenging. What people find out is they get spots near the gums, right? As you can see on this at the bottom there. Right? This is good hygiene. This is bad hygiene. All those spots where those arrows are pointing, that's what can happen to you if you don't take care of your teeth. And you don't get that toothbrush up on top of the brackets or below the brackets on the bottom. So brushing, number one. Flossing, very helpful. Okay, get under the wire. You can see in this image again, up at the top. You can get one of those like traditional strings of floss and you can funnel it underneath or send it up underneath the wire and you kind of go in between each teeth. That can be tiresome. And so what you can consider is like a water pick. We don't have any specific brand that you need to use for cleaning, but just a good water pick that you will use. Same thing with the toothbrush. It doesn't have to be electric, just something that you are going to use and get stuff off your teeth. So that's cleaning. This is an example of bad hygiene. Bad hygiene right here with the arrows. We've got plaque and puffy gums. No bueno. Okay, so these are examples of things that you should avoid eating, right? Watch out for the ice, pencils, sticking things in your mouth, bottle caps. You don't want to bite on any of that stuff. Caramel, right? Biting into an apple, not good. It can increase the chance of breakages. These are all examples of brackets that are broken, right? Because of putting things that they shouldn't in their mouth or just not eating them in a smart way. We talked about about the important things that you need to know in order to be successful. We talked about how to take care of your braces, generally speaking. We've talked about things that you should avoid eating and cleaning. Don't avoid cleaning. Things that you should avoid eating and drinking. You definitely should clean. Now we're gonna talk just briefly about, well, what do we do? We've got all these metal things in our mouth, right? Cool colors. We've got the wires and the brackets, and that generally makes up the braces. Okay, so a few common things. Like, first off, you got these wires in place now, and you got these metal, and it might make your mouth a little bit, your gums, your cheeks might get a little bit sore, a little scratched. Your teeth might be sore. It might feel like a bruise. Okay, so for soreness, you might just consider taking something like ibuprofen or Tylenol, whatever you can take for a headache to try and manage the discomfort. And usually that discomfort peaks in like the first 24 to 72 hours, but then it goes away. And then after that, it's not as bad usually, all right? So that's how you can manage some of the discomfort. From a poking wire standpoint, right? Sometimes you got these wires that poke out the back, or sometimes they just get out of the brackets and they poke out the front and they're poking your cheeks. So, you know, what do you do there? Sometimes you have brackets and they break, like it's not stuck on the tooth anymore, all right? What do you do? In most cases, if, for example, you have a wire that is poking you, sometimes it's a little bit long. So you can take a big ball of wax. I wouldn't skimp on the wax, okay? Usually the bigger it is in a good amount of cases, the better it sticks in place. So you take like a ball of wax, yeah, it's pretty big. Compared to a bracket, right? That's pretty big. Take it, and if there's a wire poking you, you can try to go into the back. If it's just a wire, and you try to get that big ball of wax, and you push it up against your teeth, all right? Try to stick it up underneath the gum, right? You don't have to stick it over your teeth. You don't want to be biting on wax, but you try to stick it underneath it, all right? And that covers it until you can come in and get it resolved. Same thing if it was like in the front, you know, try to stick that big ball of wax underneath, and you don't want to be like walking around, but see how it like covers everything, right? So you may not need to do it that big, but you want it big enough that you can cover everything and stick in place. Okay, so that's how you can resolve discomfort, at least initially, from poking brackets or poking wires. Sometimes you have poking wire in the back, and it's because you've been eating and the wire shifts around. What you can do is you can take some, take some tweezers. You can try and grab, like if a wire comes out of place, right? You can try to grab the wire and you can bend it around, or sometimes you can grab it and you pull it to one side, right? You can try to grab it and pull it to one side. Not everybody will be successful with this. If you have a poking wire, you can also use some like fingernail clippers and try to get in the back and trim the wire. And those are some techniques that you could apply to try and help you. But listen, can't do it, feel free to call us. Hey, we can try to be helpful to you. Oh, if you have a broken bracket and it comes all the way out, try to save it. We might be able to use it. You can reference that card there for some ideas of what to do with broken brackets, poking wires, poking brackets, things like that. How to apply the wax, how to maybe manipulate the wire. And again, if you're concerned at all, please call and we can be helpful. We can get you in. Pain is definitely one of those things. Discomfort is like, hey, we want you to be able to eat, we want you to be able to sleep. And so if that's a problem, then we want to be able to help you. All right, well, that's a lot of information. This is a kind of a long video, but you know what? It may be your first time. So keep in mind all those important things. Keeping your appointments, don't break brackets, keep your teeth clean, do what you're asked, and make sure you stay close to your dentist. Kind of like keeping your teeth clean, but those things will help you have a successful journey. Then remember all those techniques we talked about: cleaning your teeth, brushing, flossing, watching out for the foods, certain drinks, and then techniques to help you try to manage discomfort, poking wires, until you can get in and see it with us. Like I said, I'm on your team now, so call us if you need us. If you like this video, that's all I got. Just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard